Welcome to FTMO Performance Talks, the podcast about trading performance for serious traders. In this episode,
and we believe that this is a tool you can use to improve.
You need to find the style that really fits yourself and at least try to stick with it for some period of time.
No strategy has 100% win rate. Or if you know about it, please tell me.
Yeah.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Performance Talks. My name is Michael.
And I'm Nelly.
Today we would like to introduce you something like a hot new because we just launched trading psychology course, and in this podcast we will have opportunity to go through all the chapters the course consists, describe maybe some background or logic behind the chapters. Yeah, because the main idea of developing this course was to create something that is quite accessible, because currently coaching sessions are available only for FTMO traders, and our time is limited, so it's very difficult to accommodate everybody. Also, there is many traders who are not FTMO traders yet, and they aspire to become FTMO traders, or they were FTMO traders and they just need to work a bit more on their psychology. And we believe that this is a tool you can use to improve your mindset.
So if you are experiencing like these issues with psychology, then maybe you don't have the access to the sessions, especially if you're not FTMO trader just yet, as you said. And so this is going to be like a tool for you to be able to overcome these issues in order to maybe get funded finally.
Yeah, and also what is important to mention is that we built this course based on our experience with traders, basically hundreds of coaching sessions, and we chose topics we think that are important and that repeats over and over again. So we believe that everyone can find a value regardless of your level of knowledge or experience.
The coaching course is starting with the chapter about awareness, which I believe is really important, and it's we decided to put it as the first chapter because everything starts with awareness, right? In order to solve any issues, any psychology issues, any issues with your discipline, you need to be aware first about what is happening in your trading. So in this chapter, we're gonna talk a little bit about that in order to get you a better understanding about what is happening in your head, in your trading processes. And then we're gonna also provide you with some exercises that are gonna help you in your trading to actually bring that awareness onto every single action.
Yeah, because many times what happens in coaching sessions is that I have a discussion with a trader or with a client of mine, and he tells me or she, last week was quite crazy because I had a very big red day on Thursday. And when I ask what has happened, the trader is not able to say what has happened. And that's because maybe you are not aware of the things you are going through in that moment. You are not aware of what you are thinking, what you are doing, or how do you feel. And those things are very important when it comes to trading.
Of course, because bringing the awareness can help you to actually uncover some triggers.
Absolutely.
Right? And then these things can be like very repetitive in your trading as well. And once you're going to uncover it, then we can work with it.
Yes.
So afterwards, you're able to maybe avoid these situations in the future.
Yes. But I like what you said, that it's a first step. First step is to know what I need to change or where, because it's the same like you would be a doctor trying to cure someone without proper diagnosis. It's impossible. Okay, so then we have a chapter which is dedicated to theory of personality, but you don't need to be worried about it's not going to be super deep. It's theory from transactional analysis And basically there we describe that we can divide your ego into 3 stages or 3 parts. We have parental ego state, adult ego state, and child ego state. And in this chapter, basically, we describe in which ego state or which part of your ego you should use in trading, how it looks like when you use a different ego state, and how to avoid some of the issues that can stem from using your child ego state or your critical parent, for example. But more in this chapter.
Yeah, I think in the chapter you're gonna find out also some like situations that are gonna like show the light on everything. You're gonna have a better understanding about the ego states. Like
Yes.
we made it in a very like a practical, simple way.
Absolutely.
So we, as you said, like we didn't really want to make it like too complicated, too broad. So there are some certain situations when you can recognize those ego states, and then you basically focused on how to use this theory again in a practical way in your trading processes.
Yep.
After this chapter, there's a chapter about expectations, which also plays a crucial role in a trading, because having a realistic expectations is such a crucial in order to be able to follow some plan what we have for ourselves. There's always many scenarios that may happen if you put on a trade, but sometimes, and I would say the majority of the time, we all traders tends to really just hyper focus on that one trade to be a winner, and they expect that trade to be a winner because, of course, like they were waiting for confirmations and stuff. They were really like putting their belief, right? Or
Yeah. Basically, why? If you would know that this trade is going to be a loser, you are not going to take it.
Yeah.
So it's natural to think that
100%.
if I follow my strategy, I expect a winner, but not every strategy. I mean, no strategy has 100% win rate. Or if you know about it, please tell me.
Yeah.
And so we need to be prepared for losers. And if we are not prepared for losers, if we think that this trade is going to be winner and then it's a loser, if I have an expectation of future that something will happen and then I will experience different reality, then I can be frustrated, and many trading errors or mistakes can
follow.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure, 100%. So that's why we put an importance of the expectations in your trading, in your, again, like a trading process. So you can work with your expectations in order to avoid these bad scenarios. Again, when you're going to be frustrated, when you're going to start revenge trading or whatever it can like lead to.
Yeah, and also what is important to mention is that expectations are not only on trade by trade basis, but also expectations about your whole trading career. So we already had a podcast dedicated to expectations. So as you will see, it plays a big role in trading.
100%.
Okay, so the next we have structure, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right.
And basically in this chapter, we will talk about how to set a proper structure, proper steps maybe in your trading, because when you look at the chart or at trading itself, I mean, there is million approaches how you can approach trading, and there is no one right path or one right way how to do it. Everyone needs to choose his own, because what's tricky in trading is that sometimes you do something, let's say it works, you have a profit or something. The next day you do very similar thing, but the result will be a loser. And naturally, as human beings, we try to fix or figure out what I need to do so every time I can be correct, for example. But it's not working like that. You have a strategy, there is a certain, let's say, statistical advantage if you find one. And then it means that you just need to follow the same process again and again and again.
Exactly.
And basically here we will talk about this. Why is it important? Because otherwise you will just stay in a chaotic environment and
Yeah.
you will be just doing something. And also there is one simple powerful tool how you can make sure that you will follow your process every single time, but more in that chapter.
Yeah, of course. I would say when it comes to this chapter, it's very important there as well, because many traders would come to the sessions and they would be like so confused about like what is the right strategy, what is the solid plan. You know, there's so many informations out there, right? Like in I don't know, like on YouTube, you know, like on the internet, there's like a never-ending stream of information, strategies, different styles. And then you need to find the style that really fits yourself and at least try to stick with it for some period of time. So that's why you basically like are taking people through this chapter in order to show them how to actually build up some sort of solid plan and make it easier to follow that plan afterwards.
Yeah, and I like what you say, that the plan needs to be solid, because if I have just a plan, I mean, I had once a trader whose plan was, or rules was, be profitable. I mean, it's a nice wish maybe, but I don't consider it rule. But many times the rules or structure or the processes are not set precisely, and it can lead to some trading errors. So that's why we have this chapter.
And this being said, I think it is great to focus now on another chapter, which is called emotional stability. This chapter is something so crucial in trading, because for trading, because if you think about it, like trading in general is like emotional roller coaster, right? Like you said it before, like we are human beings, we are not a robot. So it's like very normal for the human beings to experience some emotions. When you are losing, when you are winning, of course you're gonna feel different. When you are on a losing streak, you're gonna feel differently than if you are on a winning streak. And it's something very natural, and it's something what we can work with. So as you probably already see, like all the chapters are kind of connected, right? Like this brings us back to awareness, because that emotional stability, that needs awareness, a lot of awareness to actually be able to overcome those feelings, those emotions that are very natural. We were talking before this podcast together, and I think I really liked one thing what you mentioned about like having a perspective as watching the charts. You know, you just open the charts and you see emotions of like all the people that are actually trading there, right? You see how they are behaving, and it is just like so connected, so complex. Like all trading is about emotions, and that's why we dedicated this whole chapter to it.
And also we provide you techniques how to change your emotional perception, because you will learn that emotions, thinking and behavior is connected, and it influences, like those three components of human personality influences each other. And there is a technique how you can change, basically how you can decrease the level of your emotions while you are trading, which will help you to get the behavior you wanted, like the desirable behavior.
But don't overshare, you stay tuned.
Yes. Okay, what we have next?
It's confidence in trading,
confidence in trading. Okay, so when you trade enough, like for enough of time, you will experience losing streaks, you will experience winning streaks. And this chapter is dedicated to some periods, or such periods you can experience, because as Nelly mentioned, if you happen to be in a losing streak, you will start thinking differently, because maybe you will have a emotional feeling from being in a drawdown, and it can affect your trading and your performance. So there is a subchapter dedicated to how to handle losing streaks, and also the opposite situation, which for many traders, many people don't seem like
Problem?
a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why would it be a problem to make
To
money?
be on a winning streak.
But actually, maybe sometimes it's
Yeah.
even bigger problem, because I had countless of clients who his equity or their equity curve was like super up and then
Yeah.
just like downhill out of nowhere from sky dropping on the surface.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's because you become overconfident. You can be reckless. You
Yeah,
can
greedy.
even greedy. It can just get into your head. So
Yeah.
in this chapter, you will find how to not to be super low or super high, but stay with your feet firmly on the ground. So that's the message of this chapter.
Yeah, yeah. And it's actually about being consistent there in the confidence. And that is what our last chapter is in the course. It's consistency, where we are focusing not only on having some sort of like a steady performance, but also we are focusing more on it in like a bigger picture, because sometimes, especially in these drawdowns, especially on the losing streak, we can kind of lose motivation. You know, I think there are some statistics that are showing us already that the majority of the people quit with their trading within the first 2 years. And if you think about it, it needs a lot of like motivation, and it needs a lot of courage to actually be able to stay in your trading within like years, right? And in order to get there, you really need to know what is like your future vision with trading. Like, what is that idea of you being a trader? And it's not going to be only the money. You need to focus on something bigger. You need to focus on like a bigger goal there, on something what's going to really keep you moving.
Yeah. Basically, we can compare it like life goals or like your visions, something you can see in a distance that can give you power. It could be, actually maybe it is for someone, it's money.
Yeah.
But usually when I talk with traders, it's not only money. It's usually it's freedom. It's the choice, the opportunities. That you don't need to rely on anyone else, just on yourself. Of course, there is pros and cons to that. So, it's very important to understand why I am doing this.
Yeah.
What is my final destination, if we can call it like this. So
when I'm in a pain,
it can give
it's
me.
gonna drive me.
It can give me energy. It can give me courage, because trading is a lot about emotional pain. Even we don't want, I would say, no matter how long you are in a business, you still will experience periods of when you will doubt yourself, when you will make mistakes, you will be upset, you will be angry, and then on the opposite, there is always a trap waiting for you. So it's important to be aware of it and understand that if I slip, and most probably you will, or everyone will.
Natural.
It's normal. I never met a trader who had like a flawless career. Like I started, and from day one
I was profitable.
I was profitable. I didn't make any mistakes, you know. And if there is someone, I mean, God bless you. It's super, but I never met someone like that.
And probably if there is someone, they're not now listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So when you go through all of those chapters, there is a final evaluation part, because every chapter, not every chapter, but most of the chapters, they have something like some questions for you.
Yeah.
You need to fill. There is always like a little form, because the idea behind this was to like simulate dialogue. Because when you just watch the video, or the content, you can just watch it and just go through your left ear to right ear and just
So again, it's
disappear.
bringing your awareness even
so
onto our course.
It's bringing awareness on you, because you need to think, okay, so when we think about expectations, how do I have it with expectations?
Yeah.
And you fill those forms, and in this final evaluation, you will find some main points we wish or we would like you to like take away from the course. So there's like some main topics for like general topics, and then there is your answers to our questions during the course. So it's more like also, how we can call it, like tailored on you, because it's your responses. And maybe there is one wish we have, or advice, both maybe, approach those questions or those forms like very, very precisely. Just don't go like, okay, I put here something, so I shut them and I can continue. No, just think about it, like take your time, don't rush, because there is a reason we put it there. Those are things
that are going to help you.
And those are things we discuss with our clients, our traders. So you can have the experience or like little taste of
our sessions.
Our sessions, even though it's not possible. But we did try our best to give you as much knowledge or transfer as much knowledge we could.
I wouldn't say better.
So where you can find it?
You can find it in a link below this video. So you can just click at it and start.
Yeah. So good luck. We hope you will enjoy. You will get some value out of it. And as always,
trade safe.
Trade safe.
This was FTMO Performance Talks. For more episodes, follow us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content from FTMO. See you next time.